the magical side of life, where anything is possible and the infinite is accessible to all. Let's have a conscious conversation about what's going on in the world, in your life, and your relationship from the expanded perspective of your soul. The path to awareness begins and ends in the heart. So let's take it there, one step at a time, and learn to cultivate magic in your life every single day. In each episode, we share a collective space in which we discover the unique facets of our own magic and embody our superhuman qualities by humbly exploring how it's super simply to be human. Hosts Kai and Dell co-create a magical experience to remind you that you are magical as fuck. Now, be unleashed. This is our daily magic.
Oh, man. And we are here. Oh, there she is. I was like, did you just teleport?
Yes.
Yes and no. So, we had such a run of having guests. And now we have this little space, little break of not having guests. But we're here. I was about to say, stop myself. I was about to make a rhyme, but we're here. Yeah, you probably knew I was like, oh, hold on, I can't say that. So, welcome to another episode of our Daily Magic Podcast. This is called a Magical Moment Special because there's no guests here except for you and whoever shows up as well, and have a conversation with us, and let's see what unfolds in this magical conversation, magical day. Interesting things went down, but first, I am one half of the host, Dell,
And I'm Kai.
and our guest today is you. You begins with a Y, ends with a U. And anyone else here, hello, hello, hello. This is going to be a engaging conversation, and bring your comments, your likes, your questions, whatever. Just bring you. Bring your magic. And speak about magic. So, who's here?
Hey.
Hello there.
Welcome.
I don't know who that is, but I'll find out now. Hello, Mila. Mila.
Hi, Mela.
If I mispronounce your name, I am sorry.
Hey.
So, you know what I wanted to start off with?
What's that?
Talk about what we said we wanted to talk about our exciting excursion that we did
Okay.
last week, Thursday, which was a consciousness shifting moment. So, last week was Valentine's Day and celebrated the Day of Love. Cool. Got the gifts, got the flowers, got the cards, all that stuff to express the love. My wife, and
say it like that.
And her way of being magical, and her way of pleasantly surprising me. But the thing I give her kudos for is she actually gave me like a precursor warning about it, as opposed to like, hey, we're gonna go somewhere and do this. Because like if that would have happened, I'd been a whole different journey, no pun intended. So what she said to me was, Happy Valentine's Day. So that Thursday, we're gonna do bufo. So for those of you who don't know, bufo is a psychedelic from what's that, toad, right?
Mhm.
A toad. And I was curious about it just from hearing stories about it from not only Mike Tyson, who shared his experience with it, watched Joe Rogan, the other guy that we listened to, what's his name? Actualize.org, Leo. He
Mhm.
was talking about it, and they call it the God molecule. So for us, I would say we are experienced psychonauts. We have tried everything and then some besides.
Well, not everything.
Which one?
Hmm?
Which one haven't we tried?
I don't know. In the psychedelic realm.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. So we definitely tried most of them. I'll put it that way.
Okay.
But we haven't tried bufo. And psychedelics is a pretty transformative tool. I always attest for psychedelics for helping me to start the 180 in my life. Start to look at myself and my awareness, look at life. But obviously, also the integration is the most important thing. But my wife blessed us with this opportunity for a couple of days after Valentine's Day to have this experience with the toad. And I want to hear from you as well. But I was saying it to her, it reminded me of the first time when I did ayahuasca. And I was looking at all the videos online, all these people's experiences with it, and also hearing from other people like I know their experience with it as well. And some people say, "Oh my God, I'm so afraid of, I'm so afraid of this. I'm so afraid of the ayahuasca." And I saw the ayahuasca people that having like their crazy experiences with it and things like that. I'm like, whoa, got me kind of nervous and anxious about it. So the same thing that happened in regards with the bufo of the nervousness. I'm hearing people say, "Oh my God, like it was like I didn't exist. It was intense. Uh, I felt like I died." Like all these different things. So all this nervousness came up for me with it. Like, what about you?
It was fun to watch you go through the process.
Oh yeah, and that's the other thing. So before I actually surrendered and accepted the fact of me going first, she was like, "Yeah, you're gonna go first." I was like, "I don't want to go first. No, no, no. This is your thing." So like me like going against the grain, like no, 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 no. I'll go after you. No, you go first, type of thing. And then after having some conversations with people close to me, and also just sitting with it and really just asking myself, who am I? What am I afraid of?
Right, Bella?
Yeah, yeah. What am I afraid of? But then also like the person who I am and like what really excites me is when I do those daring things. That's like my one of my natural things I like to do, the curious cat. But here it is, because my curiosity is being challenged because of the fact of hearing other people's experiences of this. And now I'm basing that my experience is going to be like their experience because of the experience that they were saying was happening with them, which is something I'm sure whoever's listening, you can attest to as well, that you may do as a natural thing, comparing your experience to other people's experiences. So you think like, oh my God, like I'm going to have something similar to it. What if I do have that similar thing as well? So I finally decided, okay, I'm gonna go first. And it was beautiful. It was really beautiful. But then also my experience before even doing this thing, like for myself, I have a daily practice of being with myself, surrendering into the space, meditation, connecting with myself. But this was definitely that on like a steroid because like usually like a slow process to get beyond the thinking mind and just be in that space. And this was like a catapult, like boom. And I didn't remember anything whatsoever, like what happened until I came back and I was like here. So I was say I asked her, I'm like, what was I doing? Because like in my world, I was moving around and things like this. I'm being like hurled. I'm fighting with my ego, like all these things going on. Like this and this. Like, all right, surrender, 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 like that type of stuff. And then she was like, "You're just laying there." You're just laying there. Your legs are just moving like this. But it was pretty cool because, and also this amazing guides as well that we had there for it. But really just that surrendering to that experience with it. And even with the thinking about the worst case scenarios of like, oh my God, what if the scary things happen? Because a lot of times in the psychedelic journeys for me, I did have those scary moments that popped up, but also I gave myself that encouragement, like I can handle it. I can handle it a different way, which I was able to handle it as well. But it was definitely a beautiful experience. But she's been really stretching me, which I'm actually grateful for. She's been really stretching me for like these type of things, and it was a beautiful experience. So thank you.
You're welcome.
So what about you?
um, it was definitely a unique experience. Leading up to it, it was interesting, kind of like watching the synchronistic events that would happen, and just how reality was literally changing, like before the occurrence, during the occurrence, after the occurrence, and um, it it had me really be in the presence of a higher power, just like feel something beyond myself. Um, my the physical experience that I had in the beginning was that I was just expanded beyond comprehension, and for me to not even be able to like fathom, what just happened, that was it was that was the moment of surrender. It's like I have no idea, how expansive this moment is, and just became
That's a beautiful way to explain it.
it.
It was like that, like the Doctor Strange when he first got hit by the Supreme into like the quantum world and stuff and all that stuff. That's pretty much what was going down in the compass of like the time there. It only lasted for what was it, like 40 some minutes, but it was crazy because like the 10 minutes, and I was telling her in the beginning, because she went like 15 minutes after me, but in that time span, I went through so much information coming through, so much processing, and still was processing. And I'm like, how long was I going for? It's like hours and stuff. And then you're like 10 minutes. I'm like, what? It's pretty cool. And it's still a process, still unfolding. And we both still have experiences now. Melis, I have never used anything like this, but I'm so interested in trying it. I'm 51. I only just used pot this past year.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah. It's an amazing experience because it helps you to get beyond your conditioned beliefs and beyond the emotions, beyond the stuff inside of you that may be limiting you, and really be able to start to look at those things from a different perspective and start to shift yourself and things like that. But it's pretty cool. It's like I have to say, look like an ego scope view of yourself. And like you said, the expansive version of yourself and who you truly are beyond that. Like what can happen when I stop believing this program, these ego beliefs about myself, or the conditioning that I received, or stop believing that I'm just this trauma or just this wound or just my past or whatever it may be, and getting beyond that. And like what Kai mentioned, like that encounter with a higher power, which just shows you like, yo, there's way more to this than what your mind may have you perceiving.
Right. I was interested in I heard that it is a like a surrender kind of experience, or could be, that way. And there was a portion of it to me that felt like I just let go, And I sighed like a multi-dimensional sigh of relief and just fell into myself.
Mm, that's beautiful.
And I still get that feeling every once in a while. It's like, just let go.
Yeah.
You'll be caught.
Mm.
That's great.
Yeah. So lots of stuff unraveling. This is going to be our last podcast before we travel for the first time out the country together.
Talking about stretching, how do you feel about that?
It's expansive. It's very expansive of because I've never been out the country besides when I went to Canada. But that doesn't even count because I didn't have to have a passport. That was like back in the day when you could just drive over and you end up in Canada type of thing. But really, like this is like traveling, like legit traveling to different places
Mm-hmm.
outside the country, get to experience different cultures, different things, and I'm excited. I'm excited for the event that we're going to in India. I'm excited for just what's going to unfold.
Thank you for asking, Mela. We're going to 5 countries in 7 days or 8 days, something like that. We're going to London to spend the day. That's not a country, that's a city, but I'm just saying. We're going to London to spend the day. Then we're going to Mumbai, India for the ultimate experience.
The ultimate experience of being.
Yes, that's what it's called. We're going to be in India for 3 days, 3 days, 24, 25, 26, 3 days. Then we'll be in Dubai, and then we'll be in Egypt and Cairo. Then we'll be in Morocco, and then we're coming home. We have an exciting itinerary, and we leave tomorrow night.
Mm-hmm.
Got it.
Let's see who that is. Oh, that's Pops.
Hey, Dad. Oh, you've been to Cairo. Okay, Mela. What was your favorite part? What was your favorite moment when you were there? I love to hear. We just started getting together an itinerary for our time in Cairo. We'll be there for 2 days. We're staying at a place like half a mile away from the pyramids, which is really exciting. You get to like wake up and see the pyramids outside of your window. Thank you. It's exciting. I'm really excited to have this experience with you. I've seen a couple of countries, and also I've traveled on my own, but this is a different experience for me, having a travel partner, something that I've always wanted.
Yeah, likewise. I like when you were mentioning too, or you're talking to me about the Italy, your excursions that you did.
Oh gosh, yes.
So I'm interested to see what excursions are gonna unfold when we just like, yo, let's just go do so.
I was saying to Dell that this is like my world, like doing things spontaneously and just like being in the moment. When I was in Rome, I had like 5 hours until our flight, so I decided that I was going to go on an excursion. I did an excursion that would normally take a person like a whole day. I did it in a couple of hours, and I just made it back in time for our flight. It was awesome and magical. Mela says I was living in Cyprus and took a weekend cruise to Israel and Egypt. I went into the Great Pyramid on Giza. That was a highlight. And also went to the Cairo Museum. Seeing all the gold things from King Tut was incredible. Awesome. Wow. living in Cyprus. I'm still there. Like, how was that?
Colorado.
Hello, Colorado. Nella says, if anyone hands you something in Egypt and won't take it back, just lay it on the ground. Once you take something to look at it, it's hard to get them to take it back. Don't be guilted into buying shit you don't need or want. Thank you. I heard that that they actually like use kids, for a lot of that too. Like kids will hand you stuff and and ask you to buy it. So it's like anyone could be that salesperson over there.
But it's funny, synchronistically, I was talking about earlier boundaries.
Right.
So it's okay to say no.
Right. And I'm not picking anything up. Thank you.
Yeah. Combination of both. But yeah. But also, like for me, I'll just say no.
Yeah. Yeah, traveling is a really interesting experience, especially in different cultures. And this is outside of my comfort zone because I don't really know the languages. Usually, like I know quite a bit of Italian, German, and I do know some Arabic, but like not enough to like navigate my way around. So I'll just be like, I definitely don't know any Hindi. So I'll just be an American tourist. That's different for me.
That's cool. Having this thing.
Yeah.
So it was reminding me because I saw videos about that. Somebody will have like an app for wherever they are. So whatever language people are speaking, they'll just talk their normal language in this.
Right.
And then the normal language for that, it'll just.
That is predicated on a standard of having internet. Like, we don't even know if they have access to Google. There are some countries that don't allow Google. Did you know that? I didn't know that until like a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, just like the thing in the pyramids, you can't meditate.
Right. There's a whole lot of cultural things that like I'm just learning.
Can you imagine that? Like, what are you in here for? Meditation.
And they take these things very seriously.
Yeah, it's their culture. It's sacred.
Like in India, it's rude to show the soles of your feet.
What do you mean?
Like if you put like your feet up on a table or like someone sees the bottom of your feet, like I heard that that's like insulting.
Oh.
In China, it was an insult to like have people see you put like the food in your mouth. Like you're supposed to like cover your mouth while you're eating.
Well,
it's culture. That's culture.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have to bring a scarf, just in case I need to cover my hair on sacred sites. Yeah, absolutely. Especially in Morocco.
Do I need to cover my hair?
Maybe.
What kind of scarf? Like a
scarf.
Scarf.
It's like these are the things that we take for granted often, living in the US. And at the same time, these are things that are, that people are fighting for or fighting to be free from in other countries. And to, just go and think that we can just act and be the way that we are here. That is, that's something interesting to think about. Mela says, yeah, in some places you can't wear shorts or yoga pants to enter. Got it. Thank you. Thank you for the heads up. Very, very exciting and intrigued of just how this is going to unfold and what the experience is going to be like.
Indeed.
Yeah. So we traveled the multiverse. Now we're going to travel the real world. I mean, it's all real with this 3D planet that we're on. And right now is it's kind of like the apex in between both experiences. We're at a juncture.
What was the juncture?
The juncture is that we just did our transformative bufo, and now we're about to have our airplane experience. Mela says, y'all will come back changed, especially you, Dell, since you said you've never been to another country, correct? Going out of the country changes you to the core. You see the world differently forever.
Can't wait. See what goes down.
Yeah. Yeah. We're just talking about like internet. Like one of the amenities in our hotel is having access to bottled water. Like that also puts into perspective, what a luxury it is, to be where we are, have a roof over our heads, have clean water, have food, at the click of a button on an app. The rest of the world is very different. Even looking at the price differences, you were saying how much a Big Mac is in India.
Yeah,
How much is the Big Mac?
I forgot.
I think you said like $1.
Yeah, like $1 or something, right?
Right.
Yeah.
And even in Egypt, our hotel was like $70. I was like, this is interesting. Like that, I was like, this is so inexpensive. But at the same time, it's like one of the best hotels there.
But it's like a combination too. So obviously it's more pricey to be over here, but then like the revenue that you can bring in is more like over here type of thing.
Mm.
But obviously that's cool because like, and I know people who do that. They have their business online, so they're bringing in money from here, but then they're able to live in a different country in which the money's more like next level. Like, I forgot what I said what the cost was for a home in India, which was crazy. I'm like, dang,
Did you say like 800 or 8,000?
8,000 something like that.
Either way, either one of them is a game changer, right? So being who we are in those contexts, we get to experience a different part of ourselves. And the people that we'll meet.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to say a little bit more about the event?
You can.
I'm blanking at the moment, but
You say you're blinking?
yeah.
Yeah, I was talking about it. One because I recommended to my client, and for those of you as well, for a book to read, and the book is on yourself, which it really is. It's a book on being. It's a book on like who you're being, who you need to be to create what you're looking for in your life. But really, it's called The Ultimate Coach, which is a book on Steve Hardison, who is the ultimate coach. But you could definitely just YouTube him, his name, Steve Hardison. So many amazing videos out there, but that man is just a power force of divine love. And he didn't even want this book written about him. And the person who wrote it, Alan D. Thompson, said, God told me I need to write this book on you for other people to hear this message. So he finally agreed to it. And what we're doing is because there's an event, a live event, which is going to be with Steve Hardison and also some amazing souls as well who are going to be speaking. But it's really an event on being, which is an amazing event that's going to be there. But all the proceeds from that is going to go to human trafficking in India. So 100% of the proceeds has not been going to Steve Hardison or any of the speakers. They're doing it to provide a service. It's going to be a transformative experience. But I read the book twice. I'm going to read it again on my way there as well. And every time you read it, it changes you, changes who you're being, changes your perspective about yourself, changes your the way you see your life. And there's always something you can learn by rereading the book over and over again. And the cool thing about it is when you get the book, Steve Hardison wrote intuitive instructions for how to read the book, what you need to do before even reading the book. And if you do the instructions, it changes your life. So I think that's mostly it. Is there anything else?
So at the event, um, we are also going to have dinner with the speakers at the event. So just imagine people who are living from the power of the present moment and who are really present to their being, sitting at a table with those people, and creating a relationship with those people and being who you are in the context of those people. Like,
Yeah, I'm excited to see what unfolds from there as well, and then being in that space, having the conversations, that whatever's going to unfold.
yeah, yeah. So my miracle around this is that when I learn about different like events and things like that, my first impulse is, oh well, how can I be a part of it? How can I further their agenda? How can it be of service to the people that are there? Like I had thoughts of, well, if I get there the day before, can I help like set up? Like what all the things that I can do, and then reading the book again and really getting present to who I'm being, um, which I discovered that I put a lot of effort previously into just being who I am, and I realized that I can just be, that I can just go, and I don't have to, do all of these extra things. I can just go and be, and for me, that's my breakthrough. Having this trip be enjoyable, be something that, is just to do. There's no point, there's no reason behind it. I'm not going to get anything. I'm just going, and I'm just being, and I'm just enjoying the journey. And that's my miracle. That's a breakthrough for me. And that feels really good to be in that, and to have just being me be okay. I have no plans, things to do, to work on the plane.
First flight's 7 hours, right?
8 hours,
8 hours, okay.
I think, to London.
That was like the flight to Puerto Rico, wasn't it?
6 hours.
See,
6
close.
hours, and it was only an hour time zone change. Over there is a 6 hour time zone change.
Oh, from here to London.
Yes. And then to India, I think it'll be 12 hours.
Oh, it's a 12-hour flight from London.
No, a 12-hour time difference.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
So 12:35 here in the afternoon. It's just after midnight there, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
To double check it.
Mm-hmm.
What's really cool is that we'll be coming back, and when we get back, we're gonna gain a day. So when we leave, we're gonna come back on the same day.
Yeah.
Which is kind of cool.
Yeah, that's going to be the interesting thing too of the time zone differences, meaning getting my body acclimated to being awake
Mm-hmm.
at a certain time. Because I was thinking about that. The event is pretty much like if we were home and we started an event at 8 o'clock at night,
Yeah.
all the way to 8 o'clock in the morning, like a party type of thing.
Oh, cool. What I found had worked for me when I was traveling, especially when I went to Rome last time, was that I got there, I was like, okay, it's morning time. I'm going to eat breakfast and, continue about my day. But when I try to like pin it back on, oh, well, it's this time in the United States, so I'm supposed to be tired, like it doesn't, that's when it starts to like, it's like, well, just surrender to what time it is here now.
Okay.
And just listen to my body with how I'm feeling. If I need a nap, fine. If I don't, fine. But I don't need to like, tether myself to the time that's in the U.S. Mela says, yeah, it's the lag that gets you from the time change. I've always been advised to follow the schedule of wherever you go. Don't go to bed until it's time for bed, etc. And when I went to Cyprus, though, I crashed hard for about 24 hours, but I was there for 5 months. Wow. So I didn't have to do a quick change. Got it. Yeah, it'll keep us on our toes. We've got lots of overnight flights, including the first one. So we're just gonna go to sleep, wake up, and hang out in London for the day, and then keep it moving after that. I like that though, follow the schedule of wherever you go. Give yourself crash days when you get home. Absolutely. Absolutely.
The thing that's cool too, because obviously, because we're gonna get back here on nighttime.
Yeah.
So with that flight, there's gonna be an opportunity to rest.
Yeah.
Rest somewhat, and then we get back here, rest again, type of thing.
Yeah.
So I feel like I'll be all right. Probably gonna take like a day or so, but like I feel like I'll be all right with it. It's this portion.
And we can rest like the entire time that we're in Dubai too.
Yeah, I mean we have the bed thing, right?
Yeah. Just pretty cool. Yeah. So this is going to be an effortless journey across the world to the other side of the world and back. And in consciousness too. Where am I going?
Who am I being? Where am I going? Who do I choose to be, no matter where I'm going?
All right. What's that unchangeable part?
Mm-hmm.
Unchangeable self.
For me, because you're thinking about the going to the event and having no agenda, like that type of stuff.
Yeah.
I'm doing both.
Yeah.
But my agenda's not conditional type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm going to have an experience for myself.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's it's okay. Because I'm creating a reality in which I'm going there for experience for myself, but then also a collective experience of self.
Mm-hmm.
Like in that realm type of thing. Not going there like me type of, but no, I'm going there to experience some shifts for myself,
Mm-hmm.
but also help hold that space for a collective shift, whatever it's going to unfold. But also, I'm more than deserving to include myself in that too. So I'm including myself. That's where I'm at. But it's like it's been unfolding already, leading up to it anyway. So.
Nice. If anyone has any destinations that they've enjoyed in London, or right now our day is open, we've got 11 hours of me time or us time and have never been. So I've heard the eye is something to experience.
I wonder, because like for that one, so we're taking the flight. We're going to be right there.
Mm-hmm.
Are we going to be on the same plane leaving?
What do you mean?
So are we going to go back on the same plane again? So the plane that we end up in London,
mm-hmm.
is that the same plane we're going to be on to go to India?
Never.
Is never?
No.
So then we got to take our bags and stuff then.
Absolutely.
Okay. That's what I was wondering.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
I thought, oh yeah, like all right, we're going to fill. So like here's I was imagining. I was like, okay, they're going to park here. All right, we're going to park here. We're going to fill up our stuff and things like that, and we'll see you guys in a couple hours. We're like cruise into the parking lot, the plane parking lot.
Right, that would be like a tour bus. Yeah, it's not. I don't even think it's the same airline.
That's interesting. But yet you're able to book it all for one flight. Meaning, like, here's a flight. You want to go from here to here, but in between, you're going to stop here, 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 here. That type of thing.
Right. Yeah. And as a matter of fact, it's more economic to do it that way. I think that it's more fun to do it that way too. So there's a lot of perks around it. And you get a chance to like stretch your legs instead of being on a flight for 16 hours straight.
Unless like you have the first class thing. Then, oh yeah, I want to try that out. Never I said. What? And I was like, I'm gonna say it's our honeymoon.
It's all our honeymoon. I'm excited. Oh yeah, you said you're gonna make sure that that your diet is clean.
Oh, for the flight, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Want to be on a flight with the BGs.
I'll probably we can like bring water that we buy in the airport. So I will definitely buy lots of water in the airport. Oops. Mela says crystallized ginger is a great friend to take for tummy issues, motion sickness, etc.
Thank you, Mela.
Thanks, Mela. Oh, ooh. Awesome. And so it is effortless, life-changing, mind-expanding. It's like the journey after the journey before the journey is the journey.
Life is a journey, right? Isn't life a journey? It's just moments help you to bring more awareness to the journey that you already are having.
Right. Yeah.
Oh, here's more. Here's more. Here's more.
I was just thinking about the present moment. I know it's called here, right?
Now, here, now.
Right? And like when you're in the present, the universe is like here. Yeah. Cool. Anything else, mi amor?
So we're not going to be here next week.
Right.
But the week after, we will be back. And we have a very exciting guest for that week. It's going to be a really great episode. This person is a celebrity mindset coach who was featured. She was on Netflix, featured in E! And she's going to be talking about mindsets, manifestation, law of attraction, her own flavor. But it's going to be a really good episode. I'm excited. I'm excited for that one. It's going to be a really great conversation. So we will definitely announce that. But if you're going to be here, if you can be here for that one, definitely bring yourself and bring your questions as well with it. It will be a very engaging conversation.
Absolutely. And also you can check out our previous episodes, our last episode with Christy Whitman, who is also quite a celebrity in her own right and has done a lot of work on very high platforms with a lot of elevated personalities. You can check her episode out either on our YouTube archive or Apple, iTunes, or Spotify.
Yeah.
Yeah, that. Thank you for joining us. Thank you, Mela.
Yep.
Thanks, Dad. Thank you, everyone, for being on this episode. And until the next,
stay magical.
You've been listening to our Daily Magic Podcast with Kai and Dell. Please like, subscribe, and tune in next week for another magical episode. Visit www.ourdailymagic.com for more. Thank you for listening and have a magical day.